Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's an interesting honor to be here this morning. As I mentioned before, I was looking for something like Toastmasters so I could learn to express myself in front of an audience, and I was very amazed that I found it. As you know, this is my Icebreaker speech, and I would like to share with you a little bit about myself. I was born in Salt Lake City, Utah, a few years ago, and actually I was 41 years ago, and I am native from El Salvador, Central America, but interestingly enough, I learned to speak English first, and when I was being raised, I pretty much lived in El Salvador and in Utah, like 50-50. And when I went to El Salvador, I forgot how to speak English. And a few years after, I came back to the States and I had to relearn to speak English. And it was interesting because when I was relearning, I caught it much quicker. It seemed like the information was there to learn. In 1988, I moved from Salt Lake City to Miami to work with my father in a printing business. So right when I graduated high school, I was in printing, in the printing and ad specialty industry, and I have been ever since. And it's been quite a blessing because I've learned a lot. I learned a lot from my father in just getting right into the working environment. The beginning of this year, I had many goals set, and I was actively pursuing them. And unfortunately, my father passed away at the ending of January. And as you can imagine, this was a very difficult time for me and for my family. I found deep sadness, and I couldn't see a purpose in life. Waking up and going about my business was extremely hard. And then one day, had been going on for a few months, and then one day I received a call from my cousin. My father passed away from cancer. So I received a call from my cousin who is also struggling with cancer. And he told me, "Neal, you know that your father didn't leave you richness, he didn't leave you millions of dollars, he didn't leave you properties and so forth. But what he left you was with the ability to work and the ability to give maximum effort in everything that you do." And when he said that, it changed my perspective immediately. It was quite amazing. What was sadness, what was confusion, what was fear, turned into inspiration, motivation, and desire. And that's where I find myself now. And that's part of the reason why I'm here, because I want to improve. I feel that the things that my father did, I have an opportunity to carry his legacy out. A few days after this conversation, I heard a knock at the door. I opened the door, and it was the FedEx guy with a box, with a long rectangular box about this wide. And when I saw it, I knew immediately what it was. I opened it up, and in the last year of my father's life, he had been participating in triathlons. And it was very interesting because after one of his rounds of chemotherapy, he actually completed a triathlon.
Wow.
And he was a very strong guy. So one of his dreams was to complete an Ironman event. So he sent me, well, he had instructions if he were to pass, that I would get his bike. So that was in this box, my father's bike. I received this package mid-February. And I'm happy to say that since then I participated in 2 triathlons.
Ooh.
Ooh. I almost drowned in both. And I am looking for the next one, which will be June 17th, which I am committed to conquering that swim. The feeling I feel when I'm riding that bike is priceless. It's like a direct connection with him. I plan in 2013 to, God willing, to complete an Ironman in my father's name. And I know that's going to be tough. My brother has done that 3 times already, and I look forward to doing that. In conclusion, I am looking forward to developing as a Toastmaster. And like my father would have me do, I plan to give maximum effort to learn and to get to know each one of you better. I have found that there is a new purpose in everything that I'm doing now, from school to triathlons and everything in between. And after all, I'm representing my father's legacy. Thank you.